Hi. So this is actually a little bit flimsy here. Um, they don't really want to grab some of that. They don't always give the best.
Oh,
Well, they used to. The styrofoam ones were, well, the harder ones, but now they do the flimsy ones. Oh yeah. God bless. Thank you. Huh? So it's amazing because usually I do these drops at about this time at this particular hotel, which is in this area. So I don't know, it's just some kind of weird thing. So I'm writing a play, and the thing is that the creative process is pretty interesting because when you're writing a play, there's just so much that you can do that's on stage, and there's so many things that you can include, like the setting, and of course the things that the actors may say or may not say, the things the actors may do, and then what they may not do, and it's really kind of like a control freak kind of thing because every word that you put down potentially for the play can actually just be poetry, to a certain extent. A song is kind of like a play. A poem is kind of like a play. And then, in the same instant, it can be something almost like a snapshot or slice of life kind of thing. But the play that I'm working on, the title right now that I'm struggling with is "The Sound of an Electric Bell Arises." So that is the title of the play, and it's pretty much finished. And I use like a couple of pieces of furniture in it, a couple of wooden chairs, and then also I have a couple of end tables that I use in it, and I think a lamp. I don't know. I have to go back and see if there's a lamp in it. But the actresses, it's a two-woman show, and this came from an idea when I was at Sakani Festival in Czech Republic. Brno, I saw this two-woman show, and I really liked it, and the things that the women did on stage and everything like that. And it was a modern, postmodern kind of thing. So I've decided to in this play to invent this app. It's an app that the characters have, Josephina Oakes and Miss Eve Dames. Miss Eve Dames and Josephina Oakes are kind of sisters in a way, under a sisterhood of Mary Magdalene, which goes way back, but it's set in present day. So this sisterhood has been around for a very long time. And they wear angel wings. And the app is called Angels and Delivery. I was thinking about calling it Angels in Delivery, but I decided to make it two different things, Angels and Delivery. And so they deliver themselves, if you know what I mean. It'd be real popular in Amsterdam. But you never see any sexual thing on stage. It's only hinted. And there's a thing I do with lipstick where they're kind of like putting on lipstick and things like that, and helping each other out and kind of coaching each other. There's some scenes that take place in a car, and what I've decided to do with the car scenes is use the wooden chairs and the end tables, and possibly maybe a lamp. I could probably add the lamp later to signify that they're in a car at night. So there's a car involved, and this app is like set in kind of like the future. The whole play is kind of set in the future, where prostitution is basically legal like it is in Amsterdam, but everywhere else, even though, prostitution is illegal, but not everywhere in the United States, like the Bunny Ranch and places in Amsterdam, things like that. But this is kind of like, when I wrote it, the first thing I thought about was not Reservoir Dogs, I'm sorry, Pulp Fiction. So the characters are assassins in Pulp Fiction, which Vince Vega and the Samuel L. Jackson character are starting off the movie basically talking about Amsterdam and things like that. So I kind of, the idea of these two people that are, not following the legality of the world, are talking about certain things, and so you get the conversation between these two angels. So there's two angel, I guess they're working off the app. I guess they're deliverers in these angel wings, but they do more than just, you don't see the prostitution part of it. They only kind of hint to it. But they do this other thing where they nail, like a hammer and nail, or they use this nail into the door in a couple of scenes. So they nail this door. I don't know where it came from. It's just something that I pitch an image of this angel nailing a nail, like kind of Martin Luther kind of thing, into a door. And then they talk about the Sisterhood of Mary Magdalene and things like that. And so this thing happens, and it goes on for it's about a 40-minute play, so it's a shorter play. There is a scene where I took some stuff from Action from Sam Shepard, and I don't know why, I can't explain why, but I just did it, where one of the angels, I believe it's Eve, there's Josephina Oakes and Eve, they're like sisters, she flips out and breaks a end table. She smashes it over and over again, actually, until it breaks into little pieces. And then I think Josephina goes over and kind of picks up a piece of the wood, and the wood becomes kind of a thing. The wood, so he holds the wood, and so it's very kind of moments. There's moments of anxiety, but there's also moments of calmness that happens on stage too. And the sound of an electric bell arises will be in the play. And it's very, very important that the way that the bell sounds. Also, there's Man 1 and Man 2, which is, there are two characters in the play. A sound of an electric bell rises, and they actually have like swords, like samurai swords, and like kind of like a ninja sword. Whether or not they're real or fake, it doesn't really bother me. But they threaten to kill them because one of them is misusing the app. So they're kind of like their pimps in a way. And then there's a judge in it too. The judge is actually a female judge who gets them for breaking the laws in certain areas that the app is not welcomed. So it's a future app. It's basically like a prostitution app where it's legal in certain areas. And just like Uber Eats or any type of thing, you hit the button and they just show up at your door. Just like it would be food. You don't want food, you want a woman. So that it's going to be very political. I think it's going to be a very good play. It's going to be my next big one that I'm going to launch out with the SoundCloud Studio Theater Group, and I'm planning on, of course, directing it, and I'll probably play the role of one of the men in it, or well, there's only two roles in them. They don't have much dialogue, so this will be one where I'll be looking for some dedicated actresses in it and everything. I'm really excited about. The next one that I will be launching out for the SoundCloud Studio Theater Group is, of course, In Store, which is about the banking industry. But I'm really excited about this next thing, and the creative process is going wonderful, and I'm just really happy and content, and really satisfied. Life is very exciting, and I'm just so I'm so happy to be a born-again Christian and be able to write things that I feel free because I have the constitutional right, and I'm in a wonderful country that allows me to be free and to live with creative thoughts and always having creative ideas happening, and that I'm very happy about.